wash my soul in the ocean, in the tears of God, I let it go.
Hello, my astrology friends. This is Lada from astrolada.com, and this is your November 2021 video horoscope for all the 12 signs. And we're going to focus on the eclipse, which is happening in Taurus, and a few other important events. November is a bit more tense, but I'm going to lead you through that, prepare you. So, hopefully, forewarned is forearmed. And I just want to announce that my 2022 video horoscope for each of the 12 signs are ready. Last year we sold like 10,000 and this year they're coming out now. They're a discounted price of $12 till the middle of November. After that they go to the full price, and each sign is 2 hours. And you can also get all 12 signs for the price of just 4 or something like that, the whole package. Anyway, let's start with the 2021 November horoscopes. Aries, Sun, Moon, or Rising, as the rising though is always the most important, November 2021. The month starts with a new moon in your 8th house, but it's very tense new moon. This is when the sun and the moon come together, but they're exactly opposite Uranus, the planet of unexpected developments. And new moons are about a new beginning. This is happening around the 4th of November. So some big surprise the first week of November can come, something new that appears in your life out of the blue and develops with very fast speed. And it might be a little bit disruptive because it's an opposition with Uranus, where you really have to adapt super fast, move things around. And it's happening especially in the field of your life connected with other people's resources and money. Maybe a new opportunity will appear for you to create income through others or involvement with another person, or maybe a new opportunity can appear in the life of your marriage partner, boyfriend, girlfriend, for their finances, because this is other people's finances. Some very fast, surprising developments with insurances, with taxes, with inheritances that you have to deal with. And you're going to have very quick, as I said. And as I said, some of those surprises might be a little bit shocking, so you have to react fast. But it doesn't mean that the final result is not going to be positive. And 8th house also rules matters concerning death, birth, such kind of a life intense events of sudden reversals, crisis, changes that turn your life 180 degrees. And so some of your areas might be dealing with such topics that come unexpectedly. And one thing that really helps at such moments, because these topics are a bit more taboo, a bit more entrance and exit out of life, they're a little bit more stressful on the emotions. It's good if during that time you can initiate learning something occult, which is another meaning of the 8th house, and Scorpio, which is learning about life after death, reading about near-death experiences, starting to learn a course on the occult or astrology, for example. It also rules the 8th house. So starting some studies on psychology, or starting some work with a psychologist, with a healer, with a past life regressionist, where you dive into the subconscious, into the past, into the past traumas as well. And they can be very quick developments of overcoming those past traumas this November. Very quick turnaround in your and coming to the surface of such feelings that were buried for you before, and that you carried just like an emotional background for you without being very conscious of them. But such past things can emerge. Maybe if you're working with a psychologist, or maybe suddenly something, you can have like a psychological breakthrough, aha moment. Another thing it can trigger is that there might be some situation where you're dealing with your money and other people's money. And because these are the second house where Uranus is in your 8th house, this is your values versus other people's values. You can find some kind of a clash or the need to quickly change and adapt something because of new circumstances developing between your resources and other people's resources, or resources that come to you from outside. Or even some kind of a tension can arise between your money and other people's money, your assets, your values versus other people's values. But because it is the 8th house where the new beginnings are starting for you in November, it will be best if you collaborate with someone, if you ask for help from another person. You'll be willing to get more achieved, to move faster ahead if you, instead of trying to do everything alone, to collaborate with someone, because the 8th house is connected more to others somehow. Then around the 10th, your planet Mars, because you're ruled by Mars, will be joined with Mercury. So maybe you can feel it a couple of days before, a couple of days after the 10th. And at the same time, they will square Saturn. And that will feel a bit tense for you. This can feel like most stressful period around the 10th of November for you, where there is new information coming to you. A lot of the flow of information, which is Mercury, increases. More phone calls, more communications, business meetings, documents, papers, kind of news that might be a bit surprising, and also the need to overcome some issue, because Saturn making a square, Saturn rules your career. It might be connected with some problem that you have to solve at your career because it's the rule of the 10th house, or it might be some issue that is created between you and your followers. This is the 11th house followers, so you and your friends and friend environment, some situation or some difficult thing that you have to solve there, or it might be some project that you have to work harder on with a lot of communication, information that involves larger groups of people, that involves acquaintances or your social circle, and also your career and authority figures, because Saturn rules those things as well. So it's a little bit tense around the 10th, and then Mars, your planet, will make an opposition to Uranus around the 17th. So, these first 20 days of November are a bit hardcore, I have to be honest. And it affects kind of financial houses for you. There will be a lot of new developments there with financial houses. And around the 17th, Mars squares opposes Uranus. Some new fast developments again for you that can come to the surface, connected to other people's resources and your resources. And then we have the eclipse. The eclipse is happening on the 19th. You can feel it even a month before that. And this is a lunar eclipse which lasts for about 6 months. But it's a lunar eclipse are about completion, something finishing. So oftentimes, if you've been working hard on something, you can get the financial rewards for it now. The manufactured product, see it, receive it. Plus, this lunar eclipse is happening close to a star of money, Algol. So it can be a period of, for some of you, where you reap the rewards financially for something that you've put efforts in previously, conclude a project, finish something, finish some financial obligation as well, or if it's connected to some kind of, if you've been trying to find resources or buy assets or possessions, it all culminates and come together around the full moon eclipse. But again, it can, because it's an eclipse, they can be a crisis situation, again connected to valuables, to family matters, because the second house is family as well, and to resources, money, something that you have to correct and change to some extent. So yeah, these are a lot of the main themes happening for you this month. And then there is something good though. Venus is entering your 10th house and is going to stay there till almost to the end of February, because it will become retrograde in December here. But it's starting a new, very kind of nice trend, because even when Venus goes retrograde, the final results are very good after that. So for about November, December, January, February, almost 4 months, there'll be a very pleasant and positive influence on your career and your reputation. And in December, I'll tell you what the retrograde period of Venus in the 10th house can indicate. But for now, maybe some new career projects can come to you that you'll be working for the next 4 months on. But during the retrograde period, you need to fix it, repair, change something. You're starting something new, as an opportunity can appear that increases your popularity and that improves your physical, social image, attractiveness. Maybe there can be a new boss that enters your life who is of female nature as well. Plus some new changes in your status connected to relationships, because Venus rules your 7th house, maybe collaboration and partnership, because the rule of the 7th goes into the 10th. So some work collaboration and partnership that you can start, and that can get a bit complicated around December and part of and January while Venus is retrograde and needs to be re-examined, readjusted, but the final result can again be very good regarding your career and regarding your reputation. It's also people that in careers that involve Venus. What are those careers? In beauty, in luxury products, in fashion, in art, in music, working with women, consulting, advising, diplomacy, deal making, negotiating of any sorts. They're starting a very positive trend in their career, which again will intensify from middle of December going into January. But at the end, they might come up, they might have like a better business, more improved image of the business or the career, maybe a promotion. And for everyone, doesn't matter if you're working in Venusian careers, you can introduce into your career more ease, it can create more facilitation, even promotion. You can be recognized during this 4-period trend that starts here because of hard work that you've done, especially around December and January, and the recognition can come into February onwards. And it's also a trend that can, again, because Venus rules also your money that gets siphoned through your career, gets connected to your career somehow. Maybe you might have to spend a bit on your money, but the final result will be again increased even finances and increased reputation. So that's kind of a lot of the themes that you're seeing, a lot on focus on finances, resources, possessions, career as well. And as with Venus in the 10th house, for some of you, there can be a trend that starts of love connected to work, finding love if you're single, for example, connected to work. And also it's been noticed that when Venus goes for a long time in the 10th house, it can lead for some of you to marriage over those 4-month period, or to taking a relationship to the next level that elevates your status or changes your status. So just telling you those good things so you have something to look forward to. So there you go. I don't want to make it too long. Just be careful around the 10th it stands with your planet square Mars. You can feel more frustrated. You can have more verbal fights because Mars conjunct Mercury, especially on topics that are very private, scorpionic. Maybe some secret can come to the surface with this powerful 8th house trigger, and maybe you can become very much and even put yourself in some complicated situation because of kind of more counterculture beliefs, let's say, or more involvement with themes and topics that are called conspiracy or that are called very intense, darker, that or secrets, some kind of secrets that you get involved with. So thank you so much, Aries. And do check out my 2022 calendar, 124 pages. It's electronic. It has a description of absolutely every transit, of every aspect, of every, and it's only $30. And it's interactive. Every full moon, new moon, when planets become visible, invisible, or the 2022 video horoscopes, which are available now at a reduced price of $12 per sign. Thank you.